A couple days ago, Apple TV Plus drops a new World War II movie starring and written by Tom Hanks. So let's check it out. Welcome to Silver Screen Talk. My name is Luke Lapointe. I recently started this channel because I love movies. They are a big part of my life, and I want to talk about them with people who care about them as much as I do. With that, remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below, and most importantly, as this is a movie review, we will be talking about Greyhound. I want to hear you down in that comment section. What did and didn't you like about Greyhound? Where do you agree and disagree with me? Because we all have different opinions, and I want to hear what you have to say. And with that, let's get into the review. Now, on July 10th, Apple TV Plus dropped the new movie Greyhound starring Tom Hanks, and the premise is, in the early days of World War II, an international convoy of 37 Allied ships led by Captain Ernest Krause in his first command of a U.S. destroyer crosses the treacherous North Atlantic while hotly pursued by wolf packs of Nazi U-boats. Now, I watched this movie a couple times and I've enjoyed it. And I really appreciate the fact that they actually made a movie about the Battle of the Atlantic. It was actually a very important part of World War II for both the Allied front in general and the European campaign. And I feel like it's not covered enough by mainstream media in Hollywood, as well as not taught extensively in history classes. So I like that this sheds some light on the brave men who fought in that very important part of the war to help supply the Allied front in Europe. In addition, another positive, I think this movie benefited from a shorter runtime. Everything was very precise and the plot did not drag at all. I think this also allowed the tension, the intensity to remain very high, as it kind of portrayed the unpredictability of war, how things can jump from place to place and you never feel comfortable. And I think they did a good job with that by using a shorter runtime. In addition, some of the naval action was very good. The special effects during some of the action scenes were really well done and crisp, and it did a good job portraying the guessing game of actually finding Nazi U-boats, as some movies just go, oh, there they are. But really, in World War II, it was truly a guessing game, and that gave it a more authentic feel by actually doing that in the movie. In addition, Tom Hanks did all right with this role. He did not have to go too deep and emotional with his character, but he does a good job expressing the stresses of war. They also did an all right job expressing the consequences and the reality of war, with how many ships could not be saved in this convoy and some of the casualties that occur. Because some war movies don't take that into account. They say everyone's all right. Well, in reality, war, so many people die. So it is important to show that war has consequences, and this movie did that pretty well. However, even though I did give some of those compliments about the action scenes and the special effects, on the other side, some of these special effects were not up to par. At times, especially in the beginning of the movie, it felt like I was watching a destroyer navigate the waters in a video game. It felt very over-animated to me and took me out of some of the action, especially in the beginning of the movie. I would have loved if they used some practical effects, some actual stuff on the water to make it feel more authentic. In addition, there was very little character development, if any, and all of our characters are just sort of there, and that's it. We didn't get any time to learn about any of them and don't have any investment in them. And I felt like the only real true character to me in this movie was the destroyer, the Greyhound. So that was a huge negative for me because I didn't get invested in any characters. In addition, I do not know why they added that little scene with Elizabeth Shue in the beginning of the movie. It seems like they were trying to do a little bit of character development for Tom Hanks' Commander Krause, and it just didn't feel like it fit with the rest of the plot, which solely revolved around the action happening around this convoy in the Battle of the Atlantic. So you do that, and you just throw in a little relationship thing between Elizabeth Shue and Tom Hanks, and it just doesn't fit for me. So I just didn't understand why that was in there. However, overall, I did enjoy this movie. It was a good little war movie. I did like the short runtime, and this is getting some pretty good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. I believe it's sitting with a 79% on the critics side and 80% on the audience side. That might be flip-flop, can't remember, but still pretty good. If I were to put it on Rotten Tomatoes, my review, my rating, I would have it at 75% because it's a very good movie, but it does lack in some big issues. But still a very good movie, very watchable. If I were to give it my report card grade, I would give it a B. And I say you check it out. If you have Apple TV Plus, I say you definitely check it out because it is a good war movie. There is some good action, but you're not going to get invested in any of the characters. So it's not a must-watch. And that's it. That's all I have for today. Remember to leave that comments down in the comments section because I want to know what you thought about this movie. What did you think it was a good war movie? Did you think they did a good job with the special effects, the action? I want to hear your thoughts on that. Also, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And thank you so much. Keep loving movies as much as I do.